Hey y'all. Of course the dogs start barking now. What is it? Who's out? Give me a second. Fuck. Okay, so I have no idea what's going on. But hello. How are you? I'm sorry, I hear weird noises outside. Okay. My neighbors are redoing their roof at the moment, so I guess that's one thing. Hello, everybody. I have a very odd ginger ale at the moment. If you've been watching me for at least a little bit, you probably know that I fucking love ginger ale. And this is some weird, it's called Bold. I have no idea. It's just like extra gingery. It's like extra spicy. And please excuse my unwashed hair. Quarantine has been rough. I've been trying to enjoy it, and I have been for the most part. But I want things to open back up again, primarily because I want to get this fucking growth off my finger. I have a second one right here. My teeth are all fucked up. I keep, like the bottom teeth are rotating kind of, and I just want to go get my teeth cleaned. They're bugging the fuck out of me. Like, you know when you floss too hard and it's that raw feeling? I hate that so fucking much. Anywho. I know, really, pardon my oily hair, and I'm just gonna do something with it. I don't know. And the kitty is crying at the moment. Anyway, I have all my notes because I write things down when I want to talk about them. Okay. Here's some things that have just utterly bugged the fuck out of me, and I think I touched on it in my last video about internet horrors, but goth has become mainstream now, and that's really fucking irritating. Like, you'd think that you'd want it more accessible and like more people to know about it, but of course no, it's going to be bastardized, it's going to be like poorly done. It's oh, good for you. I had to pay for my family stuff. It's fine though. Have fun with your $80. Give them to me. Just kidding. Well, oh Jesus. I'm also sorry for the loud animals in the background. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah. I highly doubt any of y'all really know who this person is because I didn't know until I don't know. But there's some person that goes by the name of Baby Goth, and she is just an industry plant. I've already watched videos about this. It's some I don't fucking know. Just go look it up for yourself. Baby Goth industry plant. But like there was something about someone behind the scenes talking about, you know, getting her image up together and making sure that she's what's cool, making her up like Play-Doh or something. And I'm just kind of sitting there like, goth is trendy? I blame Billie Eilish or Eilish or however it's pronounced. I don't fucking know. What does this cat want? I hear him loudly in the background. I don't know if y'all can. Oof. Is it very boomer-esque that I'm sitting in front of a china cabinet? I think so. I'm actually amazed that all this has lasted this long. But oh yeah. So it's hard to gather my thoughts when there's so much shit going on around me. I'm like hyper stimulated. But I've already talked a lot about just, well, kind of, I guess. Okay, it's the conformist following the nonconformist, or some other variant of that, or y'all know what I'm trying to say. God, my brain is just like, pew, right now. which I am deeply sorry for. I did take a nap today, so I woke up like 3 hours ago. 4 hours ago or something like that. And I've been taking daily naps for quarantine. And I just it's getting kind of frustrating. I want shit to open up again. I want to go out places. Like, it's getting warm. And I'm sorry I keep like going from thing to thing. It's because my brain is just kind of like, look at this, look at that, look at that, look at that. Like, I'm just noticing, okay, I have lettuce growing in my windowsill and it's kind of looking slouchy, so maybe I should water it. I don't know. Maybe it has too much water, I don't know. Ah, fuck. I just hit my foot on something. This is actually really gone. Completely sorry for that. So, as I was trying to say, the conformist following the nonconformist, or the nonconformity being cool. And it's so odd. It's so weird because like I mentioned in my last video, people wearing that Joy Division shirt not knowing what the fuck it is. Sorry. Hi. Really? Like how? Please explain. I'm curious. Sorry, my throat. I think I'm getting sick actually. I hope not. Hey, Duke, come here, boy. You want to be on camera? Come on. You know what? Let me just tell a little story about Duke and where he came from, because he's a rescue and I love him so much. Why don't you come here? No? Come on. Get a little closer. Come on. No? All right. So, Duke here, he belonged to someone that was really a poor, unfortunate case. This guy went to Clemson, up in the upstate, because I'm in South Carolina, by the way. But god damn. So this dude had like a really good thing going on for him. He graduated and shit, and then like his wife cheated on him, and then it just everything fucking fell downhill. And in the last few days of it, or few really decades of his life, he just completely fucking spiraled out of control on drugs, all kinds of shit. And so I had first met Duke. He had don't growl at your brother. Milo growled at Duke. He's jealous. So Duke was originally named Dabo after the coach of Clemson, and this man was a cheerleader. I'll go ahead and say his name because he's already deceased. His name was Tom, and poor Tom, just like he lived out of his truck after a while. But how we acquired Duke, he wasn't really being taken care of, and he was scabby, really light, no hair, just really bad off, and Tom didn't take care of him. And so one day, Tom had found someone's credit card and tried to use it, and then they took him to jail. And so we just kind of swept in and said, oh my god, he's abusing this dog. And we were like, mine. And so when he got out of jail, like the next day or some shit, he was like, oh, thanks for taking care of Dabo. And we were like, we are gonna call the police and report what you fucking did to this dog, because he just like underfed, had scabs all up his ass, like mangy as fuck. It was horrible, and he made it like a fucking complete 180. And right, Dookie Duke. So he doesn't respond to Dabo anymore. We call that his slave name. When one time Tom came up here and Duke fucking growled at him, he just went crazy. He was like, get the fuck. I'm with my happy family. I'm with my forever home, as they love to call it. Get the fuck out of here. And so, like, I think it was really a weight off of Tom's shoulders because he couldn't take care of himself, so he obviously couldn't take care of a dog. And just, I think either earlier this year or late last year, he was on life support, and I think his like liver or kidney was failing, and then they just pulled the plug. So he completely skipped out on the corona shit. But I know, morbid story. But at the end of the day, Some people can't help themselves. Save pets. Anyway, let's read this comment. I hate that shit. I hate that so fucking much. It's so stupid. Like, there are several things that it's kind of obvious where you'd want to call ahead or make a reservation or something, like a fancy restaurant. You want to make a reservation. Some restaurants are reservation only. And some restaurants that are reservation only, you wouldn't fucking think are. For instance, there is a cat cafe in downtown Charleston. You can't just walk into the place, apparently. You have to set up a reservation or something. I don't think you can even call up. I don't know. I have no idea how it fucking works. But if y'all want to take that Japanese model of having a cat cafe, I don't know how they do it in Japan, but I think you get a little bit more business if people are just able to, come in and say hello. Oh, yes, goodbye. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I could be talking out of my ass for all I know. All right. Another thing on my list. This is one of many pages. TikTok degeneracy. I cannot fucking... Let me tell y'all the truth. Let me be real with y'all. Let me be 100% real. I downloaded TikTok one time. I never did anything with it. I looked at it once and I was like, this is stupid and I don't like it. I mean, I don't like how it navigates. I think it's just very weird. That and just there's so many little kids and so much cringe and so much thirst. It's just I don't want to be on that. I don't want to be a part of that. It's the same reason why I don't want to be on Twitch. It's like not only do I feel like I'm just going to be mistreated for being a female on Twitch, not to sound like a feminist or anything, but like y'all know what I mean. But am I? I mean, look at the cringe on TikTok. Look at all the little kids trying to be sexy on TikTok and tell me that it shouldn't be burned in a fucking fire. Also, it's a Chinese app and they censor people, so but yeah. Konichi, what's up? Hello, my ninja. Yes, TikTok is cringe. I mean, like, for instance, my fucking license expired not a couple months ago, it was like last month. And the DMV is closed. I can't go get it fucking renewed. So if I get pulled over, like, I haven't been driving because of that. I've been getting my lovely little brother to take me places. Because his license isn't expired, unlike mine. I have to go get mine renewed, which is stupid. Like, I can't... Okay, one thing that's really stupid. Y'all know the real ID or whatever the fuck it's supposed to be? Supposedly you're supposed to be getting a new ID that's like a passport ID. Y'all just find another way to track us and find another way to keep us down. Put your thumb on the little people. Oh, man. Fucking party. Oh god, I got ginger ale on my nose. I say this as I look at this Windows computer right here. This is not Windows, by the way. Don't laugh at me, but it's a Chromebook. Okay, it's okay to laugh, but it's hella cheap, and like even though it's like really light on like the hardware and shit, I had to factory reset this the other day, not the other day, like a few months ago, but I didn't lose shit because it was all saved on Google. And I know I shouldn't be really using Google, but like whatever else. That can be debated. But not only just what the fuck? Not only just the structure of TikTok is just so like, not only do I find it hard to navigate and just I don't like the layout and everything. Just, it shouldn't work like that. I don't know. I've only seen it for like, I took maybe 8 minutes total on the app, and then I deleted it a week after I opened it the first time. I don't care. Me too. Like, I've been very happy. Like, I've been gardening, and I've been sleeping till whenever the hell I want, and making myself some hot tea in the mornings, and doing etc. But some things are getting kind of, like, out of hand. Like I just talked about, I can't go renew my license. 2, fucking, there's no toilet paper anywhere in the county. I haven't had paper plates or paper towels in like 3 months. Luckily, I still have toilet paper, but I'm on like the last pack. I bought a big pack before everything like really hit the fan, and now our supplies are dwindling, and it's scary. Okay, actually, now that's making me change my opinion of it. I'm still... Okay. I'll just leave it at I'm neutral. Perpetually indifferent. That is me. I am true neutral. Hold on, what? Yeah, no. Didn't he want to like put like tracker devices in people? Like, so that's some kind of like alien FBI shit. Yeah. I have a BitChute account, and I don't really use it. Like, okay, one thing that really pisses me off is that BitChute keeps booting me out of my fucking account every time I go to the website. Doesn't matter if I save the password, doesn't matter if I have cache or cookies or whatever the fuck the shit is. Doesn't remember me. And then I try to get it to auto-upload all my videos. Doesn't do it. Someone help the poor retarded girl. Someone help the poor autistic goth girl that can't figure out BitChute, because I'm dumb. I can't do it. If you had to lock the human race on a single social media, well, my first thought is actually YouTube, but then it's like, no. So maybe just for censorship's sake, I would say BitChute, but BitChute, like I said, has its big problems and no one really uses it. Like, I know Sticks, Text, and Hammer is always like, I'm getting all these subs and you should subscribe and it's a growing platform. And I'm just like, yeah, but if you look closely at your views, everyone watches your BitChute exclusives. Your BitChute exclusives are like double what your average views are on that site. So, like, I'm not going to debate you, Sticks, but okay. But so I actually have no idea what that would be. What do y'all think? Because I don't know. I do have one topic I want to discuss, though. Maybe I should write it down so I don't forget about it. Maybe y'all can remind me. If you had a TED Talk, what would it be? Now let me read these comments because we're racking up. I know. I took a nap today, like I said, and I sweat a fuck ton because I had the window open and I had the sun laying on me and shit. The sun was laying on me. I speak like English isn't my first language. Maybe that's because retard is my first language. I shit on myself so much. And I can tie my hair in a knot, by the way. Yeah, I would use it if it was like a carbon copy of YouTube. That would be fucking perfect. But because it's not, it's not off-putting, but not inviting, if you know what I'm trying to say. Actually, though, did y'all know about that? What is it? It's like this library of forbidden knowledge in Minecraft. That sounds pretty dank. I'm already at a ginger ale. Okay, not gonna do that. Where all the hipsters are, MySpace. I was a little young for MySpace, but if I wanted to, I could have probably done a fake account because there were plenty of children on MySpace at the time. Like, there's always going to be a kid on a platform that's supposed to be like 13 or up. Like, YouTube, it's still in the TOS, 13 and up. They don't enforce it. It's so fucking irritating. Like, back when I was a kid, back before you could make money on YouTube, I wanted to be a YouTuber. Look at me now. I wanted to make like skits or like short movies or something. I still might kind of want to do that. But I remember back, I couldn't, because I was an honest kid, honest to a fault, I still kind of am. I put my real age in there, which y'all aren't going to know. But so YouTube was like, sorry, 13 and up. And I was like 11. I was like, Jax. Like, I remember I wanted this game that was supposed to be like E10 and up, like E10 plus or some shit, whatever the rating is. And I was like 9. I was like, oh, I can't get it. Darn. Meanwhile, my little brother's friend has like GTA and he's like 7, but that's beside the point. I'm ranting. Thank you. Like, I like is that a mosquito? I like a wide variety of content. See my channel. I mean, I do cosplay, literature. I did an animation video. Oh, that's another topic I wanted to do. I thought about doing animation because, like, if y'all know, I've studied animation, and that shit, it's fun. It's a good thing to know. I don't want to have a job in animation because 100-hour plus weeks are normal in animation, and you get underpaid, and no one really cares about you. But whatever. So, yeah. I would. Okay, here's one thing I do want to get off my chest. His wife did look at one of my videos, one of my way older ones about knitting, and I did say something about it, and I was just very, like, out of my own head, kind of, like, not in the, just, like, I don't know what the fuck, but I was just kind of like, ooh, yay, like, kind of, like, unenthused, but I was actually really happy, and I just kind of felt like an asshole, so, I'm sorry. I just feel bad. I'm too nice. What's IRC? Y'all gotta help. Y'all gotta work with me. I'm stupid, okay? I call bullshit. Preschool? Bullshit. Oh, God. That awkward pause when you have nothing really to say between statements. Man. I remember I used to have dial-up back when I was like 7-ish. And that was kind of like late back then because I've always grew up in the country and shit. And I was a master at that pinball Space Cadet game. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. The one where it's like, oh God, I can't really describe it, but it had all those like the light, the pew pew pew. Y'all know. If you know, you know. Sorry, I'm just gonna like look at this. Yeah. That sounds about right for me too. Okay. Okay, well I should. Who am I to talk? Because one of the first movies I remember watching was rated R, so vampire movie, Lost Boys. Fuck yeah, I got a t-shirt of it in my room. Y'all probably seen it, I don't know. But yes. For instance, can we like go back to sex cells or some shit? Because all this inspirational bullshit is just so fake. I'm so tired of every time I go on YouTube, it's always the stay home with me, I'm cooking, I'm doing, like, okay, I know I'm kind of a hypocrite because I did that shit, but No one wants to watch celebrities stay in their mansions and bitch and moan about, oh, I can't go anywhere. Look at all my ice cream, Nancy Pelosi. Meanwhile, my pantry is empty. I'm out of ginger ale. The other day, I had no food in the house, so I went outside and I picked some blackberries. That's struggle right there. Yeah. It's too low-hanging fruit. Why am I doing this? Like, I am too, but it feels like it's never gonna ever fucking stop. And of course you can debate, well, you can either stop talking about it or it can go. It's like, no, that's not really gonna happen. I spittle a little bit. Okay, so if I had a TED Talk, I don't know. I have so many things I want to talk about. So many. That's why I have a YouTube channel. However, I was thinking about this because I was watching something about like men's sexual assault or something of the sort. And I'm just thinking, well, for one, I've always had that advocate spirit. Like, I've always just wanted to, take it upon myself to fight for someone else, even if, like, of course, if it's not warranted, it's not warranted. But, like, I've always felt the need to just, like, speak up. I don't know. Am I too righteous? There's no way Ginger Ale's gonna pretend there is. Yep. And so, like, I'm sorry, y'all know after 7 o'clock I get silly. Maybe I should start reading some more of my notes. That's why I have this shit. Oh, Gen Z. As y'all know, like, by the way, I drew an e-girl. I drew this a while back ago. Well, Gen Z. I really do think that we're destined for greatness, because what other generation watched cell phones or watched things go from, like, house phones to, like, the BlackBerry to, like, now it's like this. Like, I remember I had a sliding keyboard phone until I was a junior in high school. So say that what you will. I know I'm a loser, but, like, that might be cool in some circles. But Gen Z grew up in the post 9/11 era. We grew up in the terrorism era. We know, just, like, for as long as I can remember, it was always, like, Afghanistan soldiers and bombs and what's the fucking something of mass destruction. I'm blanking. Sorry, y'all. But weapons of mass destruction, of course. But so we grew up in all that, and then we grew up in the same time where Jackass, like, I had Jackass #2 on DVD, and I grew up watching that all the fucking time. And Jackass #2 is the best Jackass movie. Y'all can fucking fight me on that one. But I'm all stuttery, like Sean Connery. Well, anyway. So it's so strange that we went from growing up with this, like, edgy, like, all the cartoons back in the day. If you rewatch them, it's like, damn, how did that get past the radar? We grew up with, like, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, which is dark as fuck. And then Avatar: The Last Airbender, which has genocide themes and, like, other fuck shit. But y'all know what I'm talking about. I feel like we're going to grow up to be the best. Anyway, I'll talk about this China behind me. China. Do the thing. Okay. So I did. Man, it was Goldmember is my favorite one. That's my favorite one. It's so good, and I grew up with that. I never forget. I will never ever forget. Like, I remember coming home from school, and my mom would make me, like, she would put a can of Chef Boyardee ravioli in the microwave for me, and I would be eating it, watching Pokemon, and then Avatar would come on, and I'll never forget watching the end of book 1, the finale for the first time. I was like bawling my fucking eyes out when Princess Yue sacrificed herself. Like, Princess Yue was like my first waifu. I love her so fucking much, and I love Katara. Katara is like she was my role model. She, like, I was like, I want my name to be Katara, because I just loved the bitch so much. I had my hair doing the loopy thing. Like, she was my girl. She was my role model. And so, like, I just remember bawling my fucking eyes out when Princess Yue died, and I was like, it's so beautiful! I remember it's like, just, not only, I think Princess Yue is so pretty, just like, the contrast of the light hair and eyes and the dark skin is just very striking, and I just, like, I think that's really pretty. That, and I think some people may find her boring or one-sided, but I always took her as very strong and noble, and like how a true princess should be. And because I really do hate the stereotypes of like a prince or princess being like, oh, I hate being a prince or a princess. Oh, I want to party. It's like, no, be a noble like you really are. Take pride in your country or whatever. Kitty! Yeah, I remember when I went to go see that in theaters. I went to go see it with my mom and my little brother, and my mom just kind of like watched the show over our shoulder, and she was like, this is bad as fuck. This is so terrible. And okay. Y'all say hello to Bobby. He is a good boy. Say hello. But oh my god, I remember thinking in the theater, you could do it in your backyard better. Like, deadass, a bunch of cosplayers could do a better live-action Avatar movie than Shyamalan. It was horrendous. It was terrible. I don't know what that was referring to. But, kitty boy, you need to have your nails cut off. Not cut off, but like sharpened. Not sharpened either. Filed down or something. I'm stupid. Baby boy. Man, did I talk about the China already? No, I did not. So, I cannot believe this has actually lasted this fucking long. And fun shit, a lot of this stuff is from like my great aunt or something. Like, I'll get at some of my favorite pieces actually. And if I probably not, because I have a pillow I'm sitting on. But if I break something, y'all are gonna see me cry on camera. Okay, there's a bunch of hair in it for no reason. But like, look how pretty this is. And it's like thin as fuck. I feel like you can see the light through it. I feel like you can actually. Shit. And also, we'll have like a lot of bugs. Like, we have a lot. Okay, I'll just show you. If I can find one. Okay, we'll close. Look at this really pretty teacup. I love it. The Victorian woman in my heart is screaming. But also, like, there's a tiny little egg. I'm not sure. I think it's like not a robin. It's something. Oh, if I drop something, I'm going to cry. I also had an arrowhead somewhere in here. Oh, well. I should probably stand up if I wanted to look. Ah, don't break. There it is. Arrowhead. Neat shit, huh? Now, there's actually a lot of Native American history around here. A lot of Native American names. A lot of the barrier islands are named like with the tribes and stuff, like Wadmala, Edisto, shit like that. So, okay. Fun story. I used to go to a school locally that was damn near close to private, and guess who else had a child who went there? Bill Murray, and he doesn't live there anymore. But Bill Murray used to live on one of the barrier islands of South Carolina. I think it was Isle of Palms. And he bought my mom a drink one time, and she kept the cup. And it says right here, Bill Murray bought me this Bud Light draft at the Windjammer at 11/18/09. He used to live right next to the Windjammer on Isle of Palms. And I know people who worked on his house. So she deadass kept this so she can say, I have his fingerprints. And I know I just kind of spoiled it with all mine, but like, she kept the cup. She kept the cup. Also this, I love this so much. Let me play it a little bit. You done? You done? You all dusty. I'm gonna put this back before I break it. Come on, pillow. Okay, so we got that with all this. And I had an aunt that I think it was a great aunt that lived in either Savannah or Atlanta or somewhere in Georgia or something like that. And we took all of this home in the back of the car, wrapped in a newspaper on a stormy night. And I remember it because I was like a wee little baby. It was a wee little baby bat. I was like 5 or something. And her house was like jam-packed full of shit. Everything was on the tables. I guess she was like dying or something and had to get rid of shit. I don't remember. I was a little kid. But I remember that and all of this. And like there's a teapot that has like an elephant snout on there. You can probably see it up in the top corner. Yeah, right here. So, yeah. Cool shit. Let me read some That's wild, man. That's some crazy shit. China. I can't really do it well. Yeah. The thing is, I feel like a lot of Gen Zs, a lot of Zoomers have in common that a lot of us grew up too fast. Like a lot of us grew up with either split parents or like no supervision or parents that didn't give a shit about them or like we had to deal with fucking Common Core and No Child Left Behind and fucking Michelle Obama's school lunch bullshit. And like there's already like we grew up with just so much broken promises and bullshit and like institutionalized just constantly needing to have our hand held, but then also being told, no, do it your fucking self. You should know better. You should have already known this. It's like What? That's just from a Gen Z talking. As a Gen Z, I've seen that schools don't give a fuck about you. If you have a problem, you're the problem. If you have a problem with this at a school, like say you have someone picking on you or you have some learning problems, you are the problem, and you should just get better. If not anyone else that's the problem that might be picking on you or giving you a hard time or not accommodating to your problems, you're the problem, and you should just get better. That's how schools handle it. I love how I was talking about that under Tea Party. Sorry. I don't know what that means. I mean, is The Wizard of Oz at a copyright? It's from like the 30s. I don't know. It's probably too early. I know. Like, were y'all fucking or something? It's like, is there's something y'all didn't tell us? Like, did you get stuffed? Ah! This bitch got stuffed! I'm crying. I'm actually in tears. I cracked myself up. Oh, my face hurts. I'm sorry, it must be terrible for y'all on your other end, but I'm just like dying laughing. Oh boy. My childhood was like SpongeBob, Avatar: The Last Airbender, a bunch of other like older 90s cartoons like Ren and Stimpy, Real Monsters, Mike, Lou, and Og. That's a really old one, by the way. It's really obscure. It looks like a fucking Red Bull commercial. I remember Red Bull gives you wings, so that's how I remembered it. Ooh. That's because everyone's on the internet and people can't. That's one stupid fucking thing. Why can't we have it so that we can have the capacity to have everyone on the internet at the same time? How can we rely on the fact that most people have to go to work or spread out their internet time or just not on it at sometimes so it can run well? Up your game, internet people. Fuck. It's because all the servers are fucking old or some shit. I don't know. Hey, yeah. That's why. Okay, I know Verizon. They try to end the unlimited data thing. Like they try to get people to sign up on the new contracts to try to get them out of it. So they try to fuck people out of the unlimited data thing because they realize, oh, we fucked up. And so you can only have it if you're grandfathered in and you've had it for a very long time, but you can't like get a new phone, you can't sign any new contracts, but you can get your unlimited Wi-Fi. And I know someone who has that, and it chaps Verizon's ass. They hate it so much. They're like always asking him, "Oh, you want to update your plan? No, I don't want to update my plan. Thank you. I'm good on this." They hate it. They hate it. Me too. My dad was a boomer. My mom's a Gen Z. I just saw this. Oh, that's right. I remember now. Yeah. I remember I did a lot of old Yahoo Messenger shit. Dark times. Dark times. Stop your ass kissing. Ren and Stimpy? I don't know, man. I don't know. No, Golden Girls should be. I grew up with the Golden Girls, and I'm so really bewildered and just why the fuck is the Golden Girls coming back now as super popular when I grew up with that as like with the reruns in my childhood? My dad fucking loved that show, so I watched it a bunch, and like I can probably quote several episodes for you word for word because I watched it so goddamn much. I have like seasons 1 through 4 on DVD somewhere in the other room. Like, I love the Golden Girls, and the fact that it's become popular and trendy now, I think it's just because it was so progressive about how they treated gay people. I don't know, because it was the 80s and 90s, so that's that. Like, they did have an episode about AIDS and everything. Like, one person, I don't remember who it was. I think it was Dorothy who said this. So it was like, AIDS isn't a curse. It's not a curse from God. People get it. You know, it's not a gay people thing. It's a people thing. Some shit like that. It's like, that was revolutionary back then. But the fact that like now it's so popular now, it's very odd to me. I don't know. When I was really young, the lunches were so good. Like, I had strawberry milk, and I think the pizzas actually had, like, oregano on top or some shit. And my school would actually pick the plums off the plum trees in the back of the school where the playground was and make it into a cobbler for all the kids to eat. And that was really fucking cool, but with every grade, I saw the quality decrease. Like, the pizza used to be delicious and it just got greasier and greasier, more cardboard-like. And so that happened. But then also in my high school, we had a rooftop garden. So a lot of the food grown in the garden was used in the cafeteria. But I went to school right at the tail end of the Obama administration, so I still had to put up with that horrible school lunch bullshit. That sexy motherfucker. Is he still alive? I mean, I don't know really what to think other about, like, I like that meme video where he's dancing to that song. I like that remix. It's really good. Yeah, that's all I really gotta say. Never watched what? That reminds me. My brother was watching, the guy who did Super Size Me? He did a movie. He did a second one. It was about, like, Chick-fil-A, or not Chick-fil-A, but, like, chicken sandwiches in general. And I think he was at Wendy's or something. And the chicken sandwich, he took the chicken off the bun and everything. And then he could put his fingers inside of the patty, like it was hollow, like, I don't know. I was raised on a poultry farm, so I respect the fuck out of chicken. Like, I love chicken, and I have chickens outside. So when I see that, I'm like, what the fuck did you do to that bird to get it to like that? It looks like it was just breading. I don't know. You should watch it. The clips are really fucking funny. Just watch clips of it on YouTube. Like, you don't really need to watch it in series in order because it's a sitcom, but they have some really fucking fun. I just remembered someone made an MMD. Like, MMD is an animation. Someone made an MMD of one scene. So I'll give you some backstory. They're four old ladies just living in a house together in Miami, Florida, and one of them gets, I guess, robbed, and so she gets a gun and she's like terrified of people coming in the house, and so someone comes in one night really late, and so she shoots wildly, and so luckily she didn't shoot anyone. She broke a vase, and it's the slutty character coming home with a date, and she's like, "You shot my vase," and the old grumpy Sophia is like, "Good, I hated that thing." Her date skedaddles out of there, and you'll have to watch the scene. It's pretty funny. It's not funny. Like, okay, I don't like that comedy where it's just like, okay, sometimes it can be really funny, very seldom, where it's just kind of like y'all know it, y'all. But when it's the very awkward comedy where it relies on the humor of the situation to be funny, it falls flat so fucking often. Where it's like, usually, especially if there's like people fighting and it's supposed to be funny, or like, what's the other fucking what was the shit? What's that? It came out recently, I think. It's like some vampire movie parody of like What We Do in the Shadows or some shit. And my brother thought it was funny. I watched a couple clips of it. And I'm just sitting there like, it's just, that's not my kind of comedy. I don't know. That kind of awkward pacing with the just, oh, now a thing is happening. Oh, and the camera pans, so it's like someone's holding it, like you're actually there. Like, ugh, it's so obnoxious. I don't know. Don't remind me. I was like the one kid in my school who didn't watch High School Musical. I don't care. Like, I think I only seen parts of it much later on after it came out because I was on vacation and it was on in the hotel room. So yeah. What does that mean? Yeah. Some sitcoms are funny. Like I grew up watching The Nanny, and like of course it can be you either love it or you hate it because of Fran's voice. But I always watched it because Mr. Sheffield was a fucking babe. I mean, damn. But that and it came on Nick at Night all the time, and like George Lopez and what's the other one? Home Improvement, Family Matters. I watched all those sitcom reruns when they came on Nickelodeon. I never watched a show, but the Curb Your Memes, I love those. I was actually binging those like yesterday or something. Just the like, y'all have ever been in a situation where like you can really hear that music in your head where something happens and it's like what's TBBT? I don't know what that is. Bye, dude. Have a good one. Why does that work? Like, why do I see it on him? Like, what can I see light as? I don't know. I never really got into Death Note either. I tried to read some of the manga. I was like, pass. Yes, I agree. I mean, I feel like sitcoms were already on the decline, but I feel like that was really the nail in the coffin. I mean, I went from this weird, like, I don't want to watch Big Bang Theory to I remember my mom always had it on, so I'm like looking over the shoulder and I'm just like, well, I get what they're trying to say. And some of the, like, I think mid-seasons, especially, some of the jokes landed better, where it's like, it's an actual nerd joke, but it's not like I never heard that before. And everything about the Big Bang Theory is Einstein, laugh track. That or that they got so degenerate so fucking fast. Like it became uncomfortable to watch that show with your family because it was always like Howard's a horn dog, Sheldon is weirdly asexual, but they keep putting him in sexual situations, and then like all this other weird fuck shit, and they just keep making it weirdly sexual, and I don't want to see that with my nerd comedy. Like, why does nerd comedy keep being weirdly? I don't like it. I don't like it. Why can't nerd comedy be like, so I went to the anime convention. I'm not gonna finish that joke. It should be something like that instead of. So I met this nerdy girl. We fucked. It's not like that's the why am I feel like Alex Jones at this point. I'm like, why? There was a clip of Elon Musk on The Big Bang Theory, and I commented this on the video I saw, but it was like, Elon, I'm washing dishes, laugh track. It's like, what's so fucking funny? And like, they're trying to work with Elon, and like, of course he's very awkward, and like, they took him out of his busy schedule to do this stupid ass cameo, and like, I feel like, Howard, why are you so like, you look like if one of the Beatles was emo. Like, he looks like if one of the Beatles was a scene kid, and I really don't like that. No, it's because nerd was popular back in the day. Just how like goth is now marketable and trendy, nerd was back in the mid 2000s. They had like a nerd game show and shit. It was the cool thing. Everyone wanted to have the big glasses and be like, I'm so weird and geeky. It's like, no, you're fucking not. You are the same people that picked on us for liking Pokemon or whatever. You're the same people that thought we're weird for liking X, Y, and Z. And so now you think, oh, I'm so cool. It's the same people that are Marvel fans. Like, you probably never read the fucking comic in your life, but you're a Marvel fan, and like you're like, oh, I watched all the movies. It's like, you disgust me. I don't like, if you really do like the Marvel movies, I don't care. I don't but it's just, you're not weird and quirky for liking something that's so mainstream. And that's also why I don't like that goth has become trendy, because it cheapens it, and it's like become a cheap imitation of what you're trying to be. It's like, if you really, really tried, you could just sorry, I saw a notification. Because like, if you wanted to make, it's inherently just not compatible. But if you want to make goth trendy, it's better to have it like, oh, I didn't even realize you were here. Hey. But fuck, what was I about to say? Okay. Ha, got ya. Did I? I don't know. Go mosquito hunting. Whenever an underground trend is made mainstream, it's always a cheap imitation. It's always a lampoon. It's a farce. It's a fucking parody of what it really is, and it's always the most irritating shit. Just like, okay, I'll talk about this. Sam Manson from Danny Phantom is a bad goth stereotype. Her like self-righteous vegan ass, save the animals, like that was a big trope back in like the early 2000s. You know, just like the hippie bitch that's like, save the gorillas. It's like, that's not a good stereotype, especially because she's constantly, I know I'm looking up around and everything. I'm like, my brain's going a million miles per hour, but if you want to have it accurate, and if you want to market on that like real shit, and you want to have the real fan, like the real people of the subculture saying, oh, that's cool, oh, it's a good representation of what we really are, learn a little bit. That's all I'm gonna say. Sorry. I suppose. I guess they think, well, they give them the false idea of what nerdy is. They think nerdy is socially awkward and doesn't like people or whatever. So they replace that with their personality, or have that as like their personality in a box, you know, so they can just whip it out whenever. Like, instead of growing your own personality and defining yourself by yourself, I know that sounded stupid, but you just kind of have like, oh, that sounds like me. I'm gonna fit with that and just go with it. It bothers me. I've been talking for an hour now. Holy shit. Yeah, he is. He's like, ugh. Yes. Didn't. Now I've seen anime become more mainstream, and I think that's kind of cool. But at the same time, like it opens up people up more to the ability to watch anime, and that's really cool because like, oh, the more the merrier. But then at the same time, it opens up people that are just gonna shit on it and like just not like with, for instance, in the Lolita fashion community, there's something called an Ida, which is someone who just does not do it well. Someone who like buys all their Lolita fashions not as like a real brand, but as like costumes, and still calls themselves a Lolita. That's what it feels like with a lot of things when the underground goes mainstream. There's always the poser who just doesn't really know, can't get it right, doesn't like it's. If you've seen it, you've seen it, and I have no idea who that is. Like they use that one big-titted girl for a blood drive because they know that the majority of men, at least in Japan, or the hikikomoris in Japan, are dudes, and they want to get that anime market that doesn't go out and donate blood at all. So they're gonna have the big-titted anime girl say, "Oh, come donate blood, Oni-chan." So yeah, they know how to cater to their market. And America hates that because it's sexualizing women. It's like, it's sexualizing a cartoon, a manga character. Cry about it, loser. Given the fact that the lack of want to reveal the nuance of the culture. Mm-hmm. Like, you can... No shit, though. That anime, or hentai, really, has a beautiful soundtrack. I have it on my phone. It is beautiful. It's like chimes and like the sound of trees and shit and like cicadas. But Boku no Pico is way darker than it actually is way darker than people really assume. And even though, yes, that that hentai was created just so it can find the niches of the niche market and exploit it, like with the ice cubes and the lady boy in the third episode. Like, yeah, I watched all 3 episodes, by the way. There's only 3. So it's so much darker than like Pico is. He went from kind of being the abused kid to being the abuser. And then, like, I can talk about it for a very long time, but I'm not going to do that. Let's talk about this. Given the fact that, I'm sorry, I'm trying to kind of having trouble piecing together what exactly that means, but I think I know exactly what that means. My brain, it is gone at the moment. Y'all just gonna have to take care. Just exactly. If there's a will, there's a way to profit off of it. Me too, but there's so many different branches of goth. Like, for instance, there's this really awesome chart that went around DeviantArt and a long time ago. Just, it's all the different branches of goth, the different families. It's like Gothic Lolita, Rivet Metalhead, the Perky Goth or Bubble Goth. I don't know if you whatever you want to call it. The Gothabilly, which is like more vintage looking, kind of like how Misfits does that, very vintagey punk. Y'all know what I mean. There's Victorian, and then you have like a fairy look, or like you grew up in the woods or some shit. That wizard look. I really like them, and I really like all kinds of fashion, kinds of variants of goth fashion, like the tribal look or the trad look. There's all different kinds, and as a kid especially, I was more drawn to Victorian, primarily because my parents liked Victorian stuff a lot, And so that was kind of like what I was allowed to do if I was going to be goth. I was able to be more Victorian goth than like a trad or something. They didn't want me having like a spiked mohawk or piercings or anything. They were completely cool if I was wearing like a damask 15th century Rococo gown. They were completely fine with that, just not like piercings or anything. So yeah. Is that a challenge? I forgot about cyber. Yeah. Some people consider cyber not goth. I consider it to be goth because if you're going to consider goth-billy goth, then yeah, cyber is goth. And that also brings me to the whole like, is goth just based on the music debate? Because if you're going to be, you know, a whole fucking Nazi about you have to listen to goth music to be a goth, well, what about the other varieties of goth? You know, like there's tribal, and then there's that Victorian sound. Like, that's why I really hate that argument, because no, it is a lifestyle. It is not music nor the fashion. It is all of it combined. Because if you're going to be a goth, you're going to have to encompass it all. And if you're not a goth, you're going to have only one or two of those. You're going to only check 2 or 3 of those things off the list. You're not going to check it all off the list. You know what I mean? I like it sometimes. I'm more like a punk edge to something much cuter and softer and fluffier and rufflier. Like, I have a really cute Lolita skirt in my closet with all these tiered ruffle layers and shit, in a nice pretty poofy petticoat, which is from Lug Avenue. I know I need to get another petticoat that's not from a Halloween shop, but I don't wear it that much, so whatever. So I would, like, if I wanted to turn that into something punky, I would wear that plus like a cute white top or something, and then like a choker, and then spiky shit. Like, I would combine the Lolita and the punk, because I really do like that. I just like, I like my soft with a little bit of hard. You know what I mean? What does that mean? What does that mean, Nani-chan? Oh my god, that reminds me of this great scene from Lucky Star. If y'all ever seen Lucky Star, a lot of people consider it a starter anime. No, you need to watch the anime after you've seen a lot of different anime so you can get the references. But there's this great scene where one of the girls is like, "Hey, what's yaoi?" And she's like, oh boy. Yaoi, like, my 13-year-old self would be screaming. But someone please tell me what that means, because I don't know what it means. I never watched that, but I do remember when it came on Toonami. I was a little young, so I just saw the title and I was like, what does that mean? Yeah. Funny enough, I did watch Kakaishi when it was on Toonami and Inuyasha. And also, I remember when Soul Eater came out on Toonami. I tried to watch it as it came on, but I was like, I can't keep up. What? S2? What? You think I'd like it, though? Because I don't know. I just don't know. I'm very picky. I'm very fastidious when it comes to my anime. That reminds me. I was trying to watch Spirited Away the other day, and I was trying to find it for free online. Like, I'm gonna go to fucking pirate it. I'm gonna do that. I don't care. But I'm sorry, I get distracted. So I couldn't fucking find Spirited Away. And so I tried to find it on YouTube. It's like $12, $13 fucking dollars. I'm like, that is bullshit. So I went on Netflix, still couldn't find Spirited Away. So I'm like, this is okay, I gave up. So I tried to watch an anime. I watched the first 2 episodes of Vampire Knight, and that show has such a fucking tone problem. Like, I always avoided Vampire Knight because it was one of those anime like Black Butler, which also has a horrible tone problem, where it's like tries to be edgy as fuck and everyone is like trying to emulate being the characters. So it just has that like very nostalgic 2000s cringe-esque thing going on. But I watched it. I'm like, okay, I can see how this got so popular because just like Black Butler, fucking it wants to drag you in with like, ooh, it's gonna be like dark and gothic and sexy and just like that slow burn, smoldering, and then it's like, stop it, Baka! It like does a complete 180. It's like, what the fuck? Was there a season 2? Sadness. Was there a movie? I think there was a movie. I think there was because Kagami said something about fucking Kona or something. I don't remember. I didn't pretend I didn't say that. No, I've been to the Bahamas as a little kid, and I've pretty much been across the South. Not really all of it, really. I've been to Tennessee, Kentucky one time or twice, Georgia, North Carolina, Florida. Yeah, I don't really travel much, honestly. Sorry. Just tell me what it's about. Like, okay, I'm actually one of those people that doesn't mind knowing what something's about beforehand because even if I get a spoiler, I like seeing it how it unfolds. You know what I mean? Like, when I watched, before I began Madoka, I was already told, oh, mommy's gonna die or whatever. I was like, okay, I still want to watch it. Still didn't, it still shook me. You know what I mean? Yes. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember watching that as a kid. I'll try it. Kiss Anime is a hit and a miss because like sometimes I try. Okay, with the light and the dark side of anime, either Crunchyroll or Kiss Anime. If it's not, I always try to watch sub. Sometimes dub is better. Only Hetalia is really the good dub that I've ever seen. But I try to watch something on Crunchyroll, but they don't have a lot of shit, so I'll do Kiss Anime. But then sometimes Kiss Anime will have shit, so I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm just like stuck looking through endless anime websites, risking life and virus to watch an anime. Speaking of which, I'm trying to watch Magical Girl Site, and that anime is so goddamn fucked up. The first episode made me want to fucking die. Do not watch that show if you have a weak stomach, by the way. Like, I remember I was eating watching The Human Centipede, but then I watched Magical Girl Site, and just from what they suggested, shook me way more than what I saw watching The Human Centipede. Because, at least The Human Centipede, it didn't really show you that much graphic violence. At least the first one didn't. The second and third one, I'm not going to watch. I'm not going to do it. I already heard enough. I don't want to know. But what they talk about, I looked at something and got distracted. Mahou Shoujo Site. This goddamn show. Just watch the first episode. It's on YouTube. You probably won't get through it. It's kind of laughable actually how over the top and just absurd the violence is and the torture of the show is. Now I'm kind of like hate watching it. I heard the manga is a lot better. I hope it's kind of like a Kodomo no Jikan thing where it's just the manga was a lot better and the anime got gypped and being stupid. But this show is so gross. Like, I don't want to tell you what happens. I just want to tell you to watch it. It's called Magical Girl Site, like website. Watch it on YouTube after I'm done streaming. I'm gonna probably be done in a few minutes. Like, it's fucked up. It's really fucked up shit, but oddly entertaining. Yeah. I was thinking about giving like my short anime recommendation. Okay. I'm a bad anime fan. Cause like I'll watch something, be like, oh, I'll watch it later, and then never come back to it. I'm trying to pick up on Chobits. Completely just yeah. I never watched Fooly Cooly. That's only 4 episodes. I only watched the first 2 or 3 or something like that. Or maybe I watched the first and the third one. I don't remember. But I'm a lazy ass. I know. Get on me for that. I don't care. But I'm a bad anime fan. hmm. Hmm. I don't know. Hmm. I don't think I rank even that high nearly as much, but I've seen a few. Like, let's see. Like I don't finish anime. That's my biggest weakness. I'm like Professor Calamitous from Jimmy Neutron. I don't finish anything. And it's so bad. There's only a handful of anime I've ever finished. It's like Black Rock Shooter, Rosen Maiden, Kurama no Jikan. I know there's more. There's a lot more. I know there's more. Madoka Magica, Revolutionary Girl Utena. I whistled a little bit. I know there's more, but then there's plenty of anime that I never finished, like Chobits or Soul Eater or Inuyasha or Kakaishi or oh god, what's the other ones? Uh, oh well. I don't have that kind of attention span. Like I can't sit down for like 30 minutes and then just watch a whole thing and then be like, I'm gonna watch another. Usually, if I like to watch an anime, I like to watch one or two episodes a day so I can just digest really what happens. And some anime absolutely requires that. Like I would say Madoka requires that because it's such a deep and like it's like packed with so much shit in the anime. Also, Black Ops Shooter, I recommend doing that too. And these are short anime that you can get through in a day, but I recommend watching it over a course of a week just so you can really absorb the whole story, you know? And like I'm usually not the kind of person that watches an anime as it comes out, but I did do that with Magia Record, which is the side story to Madoka Magica. It's good. I like it. It's a good side story. But like I don't know. Also, another big reason why I just kind of not really able to watch anime that much is because bad Wi-Fi and bad internet, bad sites to watch it on. Because I'm really picky about my anime, and then when I finally find an anime to watch, it's like I'm bombarded with ads, and ad blocker just makes the whole website stop working. So, fuck me. Oh yeah, I also didn't finish Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I just remembered that. Black metal. I'm so bad at like the different kinds of metal. I'm really bad. Like there's like speed metal, thrash metal, uh, orchestral or whatever it's called metal. Like I like opera metal kind of somewhat. I just barely listen to music that much anymore. But my favorite, I don't know, fully in perspective, that sounds very, very familiar. Um, I don't know, but uh, my favorite bands would be like The Cure, Ramstein. Um, I like Emily Autumn. Her music is pretty good too. Uh, I like a lot of boomer rock, like like Fleetwood Mac, Led Zeppelin, shit like that. Good old boomer rock. But I can't. I like The Devil in the Universe too. That's a good band. I'm more of a song for song person instead of a band to band person. But one band I love so much I can probably listen to any song and love is Ramstein. I've already said it. Yeah. I've heard of that person. Isn't that like a singer that's dating Elon Musk or some shit? Um, I don't know. I've heard of Varg. I don't. Sorry. This has gone on for long enough. I've gone on for an hour and 20 minutes, and I'm starting to get overheated. And I've been out of my drink for a while now, and I'm very thirsty. So, Oh, what was I about to say? Okay. I don't know who this Grimes person is, but I've seen her around, and she kind of looks like she looks like she would be like Marilyn Manson's girlfriend or something. Oh, what is it? But I don't know why that suddenly made a Emily Autumn song get stuck in my head. The song "Marry Me" by Emily Autumn. I love the lyrics; they're so fucked up, but it's like it. She has a lot of like harpsichord music and violin and other shit, and it's very 1700s, 1800s Victorian girl, you know, Victorian girl that breaks out of the sanatorium, whatever. But it's very what's the word? Theatrical. But the lyrics of "Marry Me" are so fucking funny, but fucked up. It's like, well, dining on Peacock, I'm sure I won't swallow. Through balls, births, and bridge games, I know I will follow. We're coupled together through hell, hurt, or hunger, or at least until husband finds someone younger. Yeah, I'm a bad singer. Look at that. I know. I'm all oily and hot too. I'm all sweaty. I think we're just gonna peace out now. I'm too thirsty. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye bye. Bye.